Hey everybody, it's Jelly Print Thursdays, running a little late, but here I am. And I have been doing the 31-day challenge, Jelly Print Challenge, which has been a lot of fun. I'm a few days behind, so I'm not even sure what today's theme is. But so I actually think I've been trying to keep up with the themes, and it's been fun, but it's also frustrating because it means that I'm trying to go for something specific, which if I don't get it is frustrating. And so today I thought I'd just play around, and you guys can see what that looks like. So switch that, get this nice and set up. Okay. My computer's not working today. Does not want to show me this video. So one thing that I got in stock, and it's all registered and ready for you guys to buy, are the Tim Holtz Idea-Ology stencil cards. And these are part of his latest release, and his design team has been putting stuff out there with these, and they're just really, really pretty. Or fun. I guess they're not pretty, but fun. But look at this. Look how many stencils you get, and they are stencils. So I'm just going to play around with these, and then my hope is that these end up a little painty, and then I can use them on other things. Okay, let's see. I want to be able to see comments if people are out there. So yeah. Today I'm going to use my DecoArt paints, mostly because I happen to have a triad here that's really pleasing, and then I have this dark tone that can go with it. I have these in stock. These are a nice alternative to some of the more expensive art paints that I have. You know, I've got some really, really beautiful paints. I have the Paper Artsy and all the designer paints. But sometimes, you know, you don't want to pay $6 for an ounce of paint. You want to buy something a little more, a little less fancy, and maybe a little, you don't care that there's not as much pigment load. And so this Americana DecoArt paint is a really good choice for that. So, okay, so I'm going to start with this. I'm hoping my mic is working. It seemed to me like it wasn't when I went back and watched my video from yesterday. Now, my biggest sin with jelly printing is I tend to put too much paint down. So I'm really, really, really working on not doing that. But I want to show you what's kind of fun. Something that's kind of fun with stencils. See, I kind of overdid it with that color too, especially since I'm using my smaller jelly plate. So now remember, if you want this to come out the way, you know, looking the right direction on your print, you need to do it backwards on your gel plate. Word to the wise. So there's a couple ways I'm going to try. This one I'm just going to try, I don't have my baby wipes, oops. So I'm just going to try some water on a paper towel and see if that lifts off stuff. And it does. Another option is to use some cleanser like 409, something like that. Oh, and look, that pulled it off altogether too. That's cool. I don't mind. So what I'm going to get is just this ghost image of the color. That's fine too. I like that. Okay, that's super cool just that way. So you can see that I've got this sort of neat effect already with the stencils so far. Hey Lois. Oh, thanks. I'm glad you can hear me. Thanks for telling me. So I'm just going to dribble a little bit of the yellow on it and see if I can't pick this up now in a pleasing way. So I'm going to try not to over brayer it because I don't want to accidentally brayer off my picture. That's interesting. I lost a lot of it. How cute is, you can kind of see that down there. That's kind of fun. And you can see I used yellow and blue, and so I got green. Little basic color theory for you there. All right, so this time what I'm going to do is do the same thing, but I'm going to do it the reverse. I'm going to brayer this down over the stencil. I'm going to add a little more paint because of that. I'm going to try it this way. Now these stencils are cardboard. They're like the Faber-Castell sets that I sell that I love. But you do have to be aware that if you leave them too long, they'll rip when you pull them off. So, you know, just keep that in mind. So, and I'm putting some fairly steady pressure on this to get this to adhere from between the stencil. Now remember, backwards so that it reads properly. I'm going to give it a second to dry. This tests my patience a lot. I need to just chill and give it a minute so that when I brayer another color over it to pick it up, that I get what I want. Now, what I actually might do with this, let's see what happens if I add, there's nothing worse than blobbing out some paint and realizing it's just all the binder, which is the clear stuff that comes out when you don't mix your paints. Cool. All right, I'm going to give that a second. I'm going to grab my trusty white. This is, you can use whatever you want, but this is my Martha Stewart. I like how this ends up. I'm just tapping it into the lid. This is how crafting gets noisy. I'm going to brayer off the extra paint that's on my brayer. It won't completely, if I really want to get it clean and pure, I would, you know, and not contaminated by other paint, then I would wipe that off with a, you know, a cleanser or a baby wipe. So again, I want to be really careful that I don't brayer away the pattern. So I just put some white down. Looks like maybe I brushed it a little on the pink. I might have smeared that a bit. So I'm hoping that this one I didn't get much distinction out of. And so this time I'm going to see if the white helps me keep the color of the... Ooh, that's much more satisfying. Look at that. Very cool. Very, very cool. I like that. And then I still have some ghost printing that I could pull up. Actually, I'm going to do that with another color. So now I'm going to put down this blue again and see if I can't pull some of that. I'm just going to, yeah. I'm going to combine with the colors I had on my brayer already because I did not roll it off. Fine by me. Now remember, these, I'm still working through my pile of leftover papers that I had that just happened to be the right size for this. So this is a 5x7 jelly plate. It's my favorite at the moment. I think it just gets the nicest size prints out of it. So yeah, I got a little bit, I don't know if you can see. So this might be a good candidate to going back in over and playing with, you know, a gel pen or something and drawing around those letters and trying to get. So just a reminder, this was the original print. This is my ghost print with a color on behind it. Again, if I'd done white, I might have gotten a better impression of that. I'm going to, and just a reminder, these are the Tim Holtz lettering guides, and there's his new stencils. They're paper or cardboard, and you just want to remember to put them down backwards when you use them so that you get the letters expressing themselves in the right direction when you do it. So I'm just going to do that again because I enjoyed the effect of that. And again, if you're wondering what to do with your jelly prints, you can go back and look at the art drawing I did last week. If you're ever like wondering if you can find a video, and one, they're always on Facebook, but also I have my YouTube channel, Craftiness Online, and you can just look up that up, and all my videos are there, going back to last year. Kendall has been working hard getting those up for us. Ta-da! I'm gonna let that dry a little bit. I might put a little bit of this down too, maybe with this blue. Just offer a little contrast. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do it a little overlappingness. Thanks, Kendall. Got the link for you up already. Bam. Ask and you shall receive. So you can see I put the paint down and then I moved the stencil, so I got a little squash there. So let these dry a little bit. This is, yeah, this waiting bit is the part where I'm always like, do the doggy paddle dry. It doesn't work. Neither does this, but it's that whole thing of like trying to dry Polaroid, blowing on it. So I can keep going and wait and wait and wait and wait, which I'll do because I want to demonstrate this correctly. Just waiting here. My daughter goes back to school almost full-time next Monday, which is very exciting for us. So I took her back to school shopping this morning, which we went over the weekend, and honestly, the mall was so crowded. I was like, we're not doing this now. So we went today at 11, and it was perfect. There was almost nobody there, and it was so weird to be back in a situation like that, you know, just like big stores and waiting in line, and yeah. But it was also great because, you know, it's been so long, and it's been a long, kind of scary year. And I have to say, my daughter's handled it like a champ, considering that it's one of her seminal years, you know, the year that you're a sophomore in high school. You're supposed to be stretching your wings and doing all this stuff, and none of it got done because of COVID. So we went shopping. Which is why I was a teeny tiny bit late, I'll be honest. Not a great excuse, but all right. Hope you saw what I did there. I added a couple colors, and then there was the blue wasn't completely dry, so it added to the color in the background. Let's see what we get out of this. Oh, bad word. Oh, look at that. Now this is on deli paper, so that was an accident, but not the end of the world either. So that means that it's got a translucent space. And actually, come to think of it, I'm pretty sure that's today's theme for the Geli print challenge. So there you go. I've got my translucents. Maybe I'll see what that looks like. You know, decoupage down over something else. Look, I have this beautiful ghost print just waiting to be pulled. So we're just going to do that because Lou is begging for it. Added too much paint, I can tell, which means that when I pull it, I'm going to pull mostly paint and not the image. So I'm just going to do a really quick pull to pull that off. Okay, everybody, I have a customer, so I am going to bow out. I will see you next time.